Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you all for class 10 subject science. So we are going to continue our topic, that is metals and non-metals. Here we are talking about when metal reacts with water, what happens? When the metal reacts with water, it creates metal oxide plus hydrogen. This metal oxide is not stable. Further it will react metal oxide again with water and it gives rise to metal hydroxide. So direct what happens here is when metal is reacting with water, it forms metal hydroxide. There is the double reaction taking place. So what we are getting is the metal hydroxide. Example here, that is the potassium. K stands for potassium. Potassium will react with water for forming potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen plus heat. This reaction is so vigorous that it will catch fire. It starts burning, okay, because this potassium is very vigorous. Similarly, even the sodium here. Sodium plus water give rise to sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen plus heat. Here what heat is removing is too high, therefore this reaction will catch fire. Metals like potassium and sodium react violently with cold water. In case of sodium and potassium, the reaction is so violent and exothermic. Exothermic means removing of heat, means it gives out heat that the evolved hydrogen immediately catches fire. Okay, the next here I have taken is the calcium. The reaction of calcium with water is less violent. The heat evolved is not sufficient for the hydrogen to catch fire. Okay, these two are very highly reactive. Coming to the next, even it reacts with water, the cold water here. We are talking about the cold water. Calcium reacts with cold water, forming calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen. This hydrogen will not have so much of heat. This reaction will not have so much of heat, therefore it will not catch the fire. In these two reactions, as it goes on, it catches the fire. Then coming to the next, what happens here is the calcium. What happens here is calcium starts floating because the bubbles of hydrogen gas stick to the surface of the metal. Therefore, heat is not evolved much. The next is magnesium. Magnesium does not react with cold water. What it says? Magnesium, Mg is magnesium does not react with cold water. These three are reacting with cold water, but this magnesium will not react with cold water, but it reacts with the hot water. Okay, it reacts with the hot water. What happens here is magnesium does not react with cold water. It reacts with hot water to form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. It also starts floating due to the bubbles of hydrogen gas sticking to its surface. Okay, you can see in this picture now here we are taking a metal which is not reactive with the cold water and which is not reactive with the hot water, but here it is reacting with the steam. Steam is more hotter than the hot water. Metals like aluminium, iron and zinc do not react either with cold or hot water. Which are the metals? Iron, zinc do not react, okay, but they react with steam to form the metal oxide and hydrogen. That is what it is shown here. It is reacting with the steam to form the metal hydroxide. Here you can see this is a metal sample taken. For example, if they take aluminium here, it will form aluminium oxide plus hydrogen. Understood? This is the bubbles where the hydrogen bubbles which is coming out and sticking there. Okay. You see here aluminium plus water. This water is steam. Okay. This is the steam. Aluminium reacts with steam water to form aluminium oxide plus hydrogen. Clear? Now this is with the water. So few metals are reacting directly with the cold water, few metals react with hot water. Okay, magnesium reacts with hot water, aluminium will react with the steam. This why I will say you later. Why it happens I will say you later. Then coming to the next, metal plus dilute acid. What happens when metals are reacting with the acids? It forms salt and hydrogen. What it is forming? It will form salt and hydrogen. It will not form metal oxides. Metal plus water will form metal oxide. Metals plus dilute acid will give you what? Salt plus hydrogen. Example here I have taken is zinc. Zinc is a metal. When you react with HCl, that is the acid, it gives you zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Similarly, if it is H2SO4, sulfuric acid, zinc plus H2SO4, again it gives you zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Hydrogen gas is evolved when a metal reacts with nitric acid. It is because HNO3 is strong oxidizing. Now what it says, you can see here, the same zinc, here it reacting with the HCl and H2SO4 forming the salt and hydrogen. When we take the same metal, that is zinc and HNO3, nitric acid, it gives you zinc nitrate plus hydrogen. No, it will not give this reaction. It will not form because this zinc, this is nitric acid, is an oxidizing agent. What is the meaning of oxidizing agent? In the previous class you have learned it attracts the oxygen. Okay, it will take all the oxygen to itself forming water. This reaction will not take place. Okay, instead it will form the water there. Instead of hydrogen it forms the water. So HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes the hydrogen produced to water and itself get reduces to an nitrogen oxide, that is N2O, NO, NO2. But now after that also there is one more acid, that is what we are saying about is exceptional. Now here I said metal plus dilute acid gives you salt plus hydrogen. Here the exception is what I said, that is the HNO3 acid will not give you salt. It will either form, that is oxide, okay, nitric oxide and water. Then in this also, if I take the exception, the next exception is in HNO3 also, if I change the metal, that is the magnesium I am changing in with HNO3 only. This is an oxidizing agent I said, right? It will not create the oxide. But there is an exceptional, that is with magnesium and manganese, it forms salt and hydrogen. This exceptional cases you should learn. Okay, this will form what? Metal plus dilute acid gives you salt plus hydrogen with common metals, except that is HNO3 acid. HNO3 is an oxidizing agent. It will not form the salt. It forms the oxides and water. Then in this also there is an exception, that same HNO3 with magnesium and manganese, only M and M. Only with these two metals, this same HNO3 will give you salt and hydrogen. Now, you must have observed that now what we are doing, the rate of formation of the bubbles was the fastest in the case of magnesium. The reaction was also the most exothermic in this case. The reactivity decreases in the order like magnesium, aluminium, zinc and ferrous. In the case of copper, no bubbles were seen and the temperature also remained unchanged. This shows that copper does not react with dilute HCl. What it means now, as I said I will say why this react with cold water, this reacts with hot water and this reacts with steam based on the reactivity. Based on the reactivity means which will be strong, no, it reacts fast. Which will be weak, it will not react. and then which is more lesser weaker, then it reacts with steam. So something should be there to reactive. Further now, which is more reactive, we can see here. Which is the more reactive is the potassium and the sodium. I have made the series. These are the reactive series. Okay. Why this reaction goes like this? Because you can see hydrogen is here, right? Hydrogen, if hydrogen is present in the water, H2O. So it is reacting with the what? This aluminium, zinc and all. But it will not react with the copper. Because it is less reactive than the hydrogen. Therefore, it will not react with these metals. The water with the copper, this is Hg is mercury, silver and that is Au is iron, that is gold. With these metals, hydrogen, the water will not react because these are less reactive than the hydrogen. Here you can see in the table, these are more reactive, most reactive, that is potassium and sodium. It catches fire with the cold water itself. Then coming to the calcium, calcium is less reactive than these two. It reacts with the hot water. Then coming to this aluminium and zinc, it will react with the steam. It is lesser than this. The reactivity, as the reactivity takes place, it will be reactive. So you should remember that here copper plus dilute HCl, there will be no reaction. Okay, why? Because this hydrogen is more reactive than the copper. Now here, one more thing you have to learn is, now for example, as I said you, gold is not reactive. Then how will they make the gold, that is the melting of the gold? It will not melt with the HCl also there. Here there is a name that is aqua regia. Aqua regia is a royal water, is a freshly prepared mixture of concentrated hydrochloric acid and concentrated nitric acid. These two acids has to be mixed and make it powerful to melt the gold. Are you getting? You have to mix both the acid in the ratio 3:1. This mixing of two acids, that is hydrochloric acid and nitric acid, then the gold melts. That acids together is known as aqua regia. It can dissolve gold even though neither of these acids can do alone. If you take one acid, gold will not melt. Either HCl, it will not melt, either nitric acid, it will not melt. When you mix both, it forms aqua regia. In that solution, the gold is melted. Is highly corrosive. Now this aqua regia is a highly corrosive fuming liquid. It is one of the few reagents that is able to dissolve gold and platinum. Okay. How to do this reactivity metals? Now how to know which is more reactive and which is less reactive? Reactive metals can display less reactive metals from their compounds in the solution or molten form. We have seen in the previous section that all metals are not equally reactive. We check the reactivity of various metals with oxygen, water and acid. But all metals do not react with this reagent. So we are not able to put all the metal samples we had collected in decreasing order of their reactivity. Here the displacement reactions you have learned in your chapter 1 give better evidence about the reactivity of metals. Give better evidence about the It is simple and easy.